conversation. It needs to start with you. Can I give you guys a tip? I normally charge $1.50 for this, but I really like you. So I'm going to give you this one for free, okay? If you're here today and you are a leader, or you are an aspiring leader, and you don't like people, you don't like initiating conversation with strangers, you get easily frustrated when you've got to tell the same person the same thing 2 and 3 and 4 times over. If this is you I'm talking to, folks, let me help you out. Before the day is over, pick up the phone, call your employer, tell them, hey, listen, I've given this thing a lot of thought, and I think I'd like to give your job back. Folks, as a leader, you cannot run away from the conversation. This is going to underline almost everything we talk about here today, folks. Almost everything. If you're going to coach someone, and help them go from point A to point B, you have got to have the what? The conversation. You cannot run away from it, folks. As a matter of fact, write this down. In its most basic form, coaching is a conversation. In its most basic form, coaching is a conversation. You cannot run away from the conversation. You know, I travel this country doing what I do. I go East Coast to West Coast. I go to South America doing what I do. I go back home to Africa doing what I do. And folks, everywhere I go, I run into leaders just like you and me, who the only time they talk to the people who report to them directly is either when they're giving them directives or when they're giving them instructions. It's gotta be way more than that. And folks, I'm not talking about, pull up a chair and have a 4-hour conversation. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not that, and when I talk about relationships, by the way, I'm not talking about happy hour and jello shots. Shots for her. You don't like the sound of that. No, I'm talking about healthy, professional working relationships. I'm talking about having those conversations, you being the initiator of it. You engaging your employees, folks. Everything rises and falls with leadership. So the conversation matters. In its most basic form, coaching is a conversation. I like to say if someone's been reporting directly to you for at least 2 months, and you don't know yet how long it takes for them to leave home and to get to work, you're behind the 8 ball already. It means you're not engaging your employees. You've heard the terminology, right? Employee engagement. This is where you work real hard so that your employees know the company's mission, they know the company's vision, in the hopes that now they become emotionally invested in it and they start taking initiative to do things on their own. That's a wonderful thing. And I don't throw that out the window. But folks, I talk about what I call leadership engagement, where you as the leader, you are strategic, you're purposeful, you're intentional, and you are focused about engaging your employees. I love acronyms, so this is how I remember it. You gotta be in control of your spiff. It just sounds smooth, doesn't it? You gotta be in control of your spiff. You gotta be strategic, purposeful, intentional, and focused. It has to start with you. Again, I'm not talking about pull up a chair, have a 4-hour conversation.